As Generation Z steps into the world of finance, they bring with them distinct expectations that challenge banks to not only innovate, but also engage authentically. These young consumers desire more than just products. They seek interactive experiences that intertwine their values of sustainability and inclusivity with financial functionality. By understanding the narratives that shape their lives, banks can position themselves not just as service providers, but as integral parts of Gen Z's financial stories, resonating with their aspirations for a more connected and ethical economic landscape. Emphasizing their commitment, banks can leverage technology to create tailored financial education modules that speak directly to Gen Z's unique viewpoints. These resources should not feel like typical lectures, but rather dynamic discussions that encourage engagement and understanding. Additionally, by adopting a conversational tone, financial institutions can demystify complex concepts, making them accessible and relatable. Such approaches foster empowerment, sparking young consumers' interest in managing their finances with confidence. By doing so, banks transition from mere transactional entities to trusted advisors, essential in guiding this generation through an increasingly challenging financial landscape. Gen Z's desire for a strong sense of community can also drive banks to enhance their social engagement strategies. By participating in local initiatives and promoting causes that resonate with their audience, financial institutions can cement their role as socially responsible partners. Furthermore, adapting to the ever-changing preferences of this demographic necessitates an agile approach to service delivery, ensuring banks remain relevant and responsive to their needs. This responsiveness can manifest through personalized banking solutions that offer seamless integration of technology, making it easier for young customers to manage their financial lives effortlessly. As they seek a deeper connection, banks must embrace an ethos of understanding and adaptability to cultivate lasting relationships. As institutions strive to innovate, they must remember that building trust with Generation Z goes beyond just digital interactions. It requires a genuine commitment to ethical practices that resonate with their social consciousness. Financial institutions can host community events or engage in social causes that reflect their customers' values, creating a shared purpose. Consistency in these efforts is key, ensuring Gen Z sees their bank as a partner in their mission rather than just a financial resource. Establishing long-term collaborations with community organizations amplifies their message and reinforces their role in shaping a brighter, more inclusive future. The journey toward genuine engagement with Generation Z is marked by a profound understanding of their needs and concerns. Banks must actively listen to the voices of this generation, acknowledging their desire for transparency and ethical practices. By creating feedback loops, institutions can ensure that young consumers feel heard and valued, leading to more meaningful interactions. This commitment to dialogue can transform the banking experience, fostering a culture of collaboration that resonates with Gen Z's expectations and aspirations. Ultimately, as these connections deepen, the future of banking can shift from transactional relationships to partnerships built on mutual respect and shared goals. As financial institutions embark on this journey of transformation, they should prioritize accessibility and inclusivity across all platforms, ensuring that every individual, regardless of background or experience, can navigate their services with ease is crucial. Moreover, fostering an environment where diverse voices are represented strengthens the bank's connection to their community. By celebrating unique perspectives and integrating them into their strategies, banks will not only boost their relevance among Gen Z, but also spark a collective sense of ownership and pride in their financial journey. This shared responsibility will cultivate an atmosphere of trust, which is essential for long-term loyalty. By emphasizing empathy and ethical practices, banks can create a compelling narrative that resonates with Generation Z's values. This narrative shouldn't merely highlight products, but focus on stories that illustrate the positive impact of financial decisions on communities and individuals alike. Inviting customers to participate in this narrative fosters a sense of belonging, transforming financial interactions into collaborative journeys. Engaging Gen Z through forums or interactive platforms enables them to express their opinions, shaping the bank's offerings as they evolve. This connection is amplified when institutions reflect their customers' ideals in their policies and practices, ensuring a unified brand message that truly speaks to the heart of Generation Z's aspirations. As the financial landscape evolves, banks are presented with an unprecedented opportunity to reinvent themselves, forging a new era defined by proactive engagement and authentic interactions. Embracing this change will not only enhance their appeal to Generation Z, but also position them as valuable allies in the pursuit of financial well-being. By fostering an ecosystem that prioritizes education, community, and ethical practices, banks can ensure their relevance in a future where trust and transparency are paramount. The institutions that genuinely listen and adapt to the ever-changing desires of this generation will emerge not just as service providers, but as essential partners in their financial journeys, paving the way for a more inclusive and empowered society. With this foundational shift, it becomes increasingly clear that the way forward for banks hinges on their ability to embrace not only technology, but also the essence of human connection. They must strive to build an environment where financial literacy is integrated seamlessly, empowering Gen Z to navigate complexities with confidence. In doing this, banks transform from a mere transactional presence to vital collaborators in achieving financial dreams. To achieve this transformation, banks must invest in ongoing research to better understand Gen Z's evolving aspirations and preferences. Establishing advisory panels composed of diverse young customers can ensure their voices shape product offerings and services. Regularly hosting workshops and forums where customers can share their financial experiences fosters a culture of inclusivity. By valuing feedback and adapting based on real insights, banks create a responsive and engaged relationship that resonates with Generation Z's desire for authenticity and partnership. This proactive engagement will solidify their role as trusted allies on the journey toward financial empowerment, ultimately ensuring banks remain pivotal in shaping a future that aligns with the values of this dynamic generation. As banks endeavor to revamp their strategies to engage Generation Z, they must also focus on transparency. Clear communication about financial products and practices not only builds trust, but also educates younger consumers about the financial world. This transparency can be exemplified through user-friendly language, avoiding jargon, and providing real-world examples. By removing barriers to understanding, banks empower Generation Z to make informed choices, fostering a culture of financial literacy and responsibility. Creating an environment where young consumers feel comfortable asking questions can further deepen trust and engagement. Ultimately, this approach aligns the banking experience with Generation Z's expectations for open, honest dialogue and genuine relationships. For banks to transition effectively into this new era, they must establish feedback mechanisms that allow Gen Z's voices to guide their practices. As the banking landscape continues to evolve, institutions that prioritize genuine connections and ethical practices will emerge as leaders in building trust with Generation Z. By truly aligning their values with those of their customers, banks can transform into vital partners in advancing financial empowerment, ensuring they become integral to the aspirations of this dynamic generation. Gen Z isn't asking for too much, we're just asking for better. If this video helped you understand how banks are changing, or need to change, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss smart insights about your money and your future. Drop a comment. What's one feature you wish your bank had? Let's talk about it below.